Yeah, and Duke, I guess Duke's still missing.
And he's probably young too.
Oh, he was like my age though. Oh, the which one? The one that recently died?
Yeah, the one in the.
Yeah.
You need it like that. Lock it.
Also like that. You get it. Yeah, the one that recently he was like 21 though.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
He's the real Hebrew Israelite who prophesied the downfall of this kingdom, America. It's called the daughter of Babylon in the Bible. Teach you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you're the Lord's chosen people, the Hebrew Israelites, and we want to give all praise and glory to double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone camp, for teaching us the truth of the Bible. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world. Shalom.
Wow.
I'm the brother Amawan.
And brother Kawak.
My brother Markov.
And today we want to speak about the mark of the beast in the Bible. And the mark of the beast, it's a prophecy, a future prophecy. And the only prophets who have the true prophecy is the prophets of Great Millstone.
The real prophets.
That's right. Those are the only ones. Those are the only prophets who know what the mark of the beast is, which they showed us. It's the mark of it's the RFID microchip. So first, let's go to Isaiah 42 and 9. Because some say it's not the microchip. You know, some Israelite camps
It's already highlighted.
say that.
Isaiah 42 and 9. I'm going to read this in the KJV. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Yeah, so the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. But it says, before they spring forth, I tell you of them. So we've been knowing about the mark of the beast because Great Millstone has been talking about it for years. You know,
Like 40 years.
right?
They said they've been known since like the 90s though, you know?
Yeah,
About the mark of the beast.
even like the 80s.
Yeah, before, yeah.
And let's say that even our villains knew about it. That's a long time.
It's very long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, so Great Millstone, they've been constantly bringing out, you know, the mark of the beast, you know, what it is. And they're the only camp that's constantly making videos about it. You don't see any other Hebrew Israelites talking about the mark of the beast all the time.
I got a piece of prayer. Isaiah 42 and 6. I, the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, have kept thee in righteousness, and will hold thine hand, and will keep thee, and give thee for a covenant of the people, for a light of the Gentiles. So that means that the information that is necessary is given only to us. Because there's a lot of prophets in Israel. Yeah, like
There's more false prophets than real prophets.
I think the better one would be Captain Desiree. He's pretty good. But if you ask him what's the mark of the beast, I don't know if he's online with it or.
I think I never even heard.
I never even heard him
about it.
But he's very smart.
Yeah, yeah.
But you see, all of Israel doesn't have it because we were called into righteousness because, you know, we believe it. It's not a hard thing to see.
Read that one again, verse 9.
Okay, Isaiah 42 and 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
Yeah, so Great Millstone, they told us that the mark of the beast is the microchip. And they've been saying that since they came out. You know, they haven't switched it up like other camps, doctrines, they switch up, you know, but all the way since the beginning until now, they haven't switched up.
Standing firm.
Yep, that's how you know that they have the 100% truth, and it's linking up with facts, you know, with facts about the mark of the beast.
Yeah, like because they always said it was an RFID microchip. It was going to be computerized. You know?
Yeah, because when you read that chapter, it just makes sense. That's the, you know, RFID. It just makes sense when you read the whole chapter, you know.
And new things do I declare. Never before. Never before, because there was never before computers like that. And maybe there was a mathematical system, but this beast, this motherfucker, he wants to track you.
Because we keep coming out with new technology.
Well, yeah. And then they always promise it will give you medicine, like it'll give you the medicine right there when you need it. Like we were talking, and then the brother said when somebody who knew got ravine 12 feet into a canal, that microchip would have alerted EMT
Like All-Star?
Yeah.
All-Star?
automatically
Yeah.
because of his condition, and that is appealing to you, right? Nobody ever thinks, I don't know who's gonna save me. Nobody ever thinks that. But the prophets have been telling you, look, it's the only one that can save you. All judgment comes from Yahweh.
Yep, that's what we say, yeah.
So there I am. I smashed my hand with a hammer. I'm like, oh, I must have deserved it. Who does that? Nobody does it.
They don't hold themselves accountable for their own actions, you know?
Mhm.
It's just like they want to blame it on the hammer, they want to blame it on the lighting in the room or something, they want to blame it on everything else but themselves, you know?
You know, that's the thing. I don't know how many people are gonna say, I shouldn't take that mark of the beast. Sin.
And nobody. But the apostles, they did the sit down yesterday. The apostles, they said, let a nigga be starving for like 3-4 days. They ain't gonna take that, chip. They gonna, you know.
That's a very, very, very good point. Because I've been saying, go outside, go fish, go hunt, get a fucking knife, get a fucking gun, go out to the fucking mountain and starve. What are you gonna do? You're gonna kill something. You know, I might be going off by saying this, but we were watching a movie, me and my wife, and there was a pig eating the survivor's crops. And I said, I'd have fucking shot that motherfucker and ate it. And then, you would eat pig? Well, she was right to say that. You would eat a pig. But the thing is, your spirit's gonna change. It might not be a pig, because a tapir is not a pig. But I'm saying is, you have to be in the violent type of mode with what's coming up.
Yeah, because the times are gonna get violent, though, you know.
So you have to be violent.
Yeah.
Dig a hole like a foot deep with a knife. That's fucking hard work.
But now, yeah.
Like, make yourself survive. Like, only because it's so easy to get a fucking, chip. You just go to the chipping station. Like, you see those phone stations. Everybody gets a free fucking phone. Hey.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is sign up.
Yeah, but they're asking for your address, your social. You know, that's the same thing with the FRD chip, though. You know, it's gonna have all your information, this and that, though. So they'll say it as in like, oh, it'll benefit you, you know. But in reality, it's benefiting them, though. You know. So it's the same thing what the brother was saying about the phones. They'd be like, oh, that's easy though. But here they are asking you your address, your social, you qualify, such and such, things like that though. But it's like, man, that can just give me the fucking phone, you know. But they're asking you for all this information. It's the same thing with the chip though.
They're starting to take your information. They're already been taking your information. What's the biggest scam right now? Selling your information, right?
Yeah.
Third-party information. Why? Because the RFID system needs to have your information.
Yeah. That's right.
That's what makes it so fucking appealing. They already know everything. Have you ever called customer service and been so frustrated and you tell them, oh, I thought you already knew? Right? Have you ever done that? I know I have. I've been so fucking frustrated with whoever, a professional in some area, like a phone, for example. Didn't you already know because they took all your information? Didn't you already know? Well, that little thing,
It's gonna go.
it's gonna be.
I get 2 Peter 1:19.
I got a precept for you. It's still in Isaiah 42 and 7. You will, and this is in the NLT, so there's no question. You will open the eyes of the blind. You will free captives from prison, releasing those who sit in dark dungeons. And that dark dungeon could be your brain, your mind.
Your mind, yeah. Imagine that.
Say we're gonna wake up people.
That's right.
Let's say.
Yeah. I'll read it again. You will open the eyes of the blind.
Yeah, there you go.
We're gonna wake them up.
You will free the captives from prison.
Yeah.
Releasing those who sit in dark dungeons.
That's
So
what it tells you. Gross darkness, the people are, you know, and they're
this
there.
verse kind of goes with it too.
I got
Yeah.
Second Peter's 1 and
Yeah.
19, right? Second Peter's 1 and 19, it says, "We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed, as unto a light that shineth in a dark place." There you go. And to the day dawn, the day star arising in your hearts.
Oh man.
Man, it's beautiful.
So we have a sure word of prophecy. That means we're sure that we know what that prophecy is. The mark, the mark. We know what the mark is for sure. It's like a picture. Some people don't have a clear picture, you know, but us, we see the picture clear.
Yeah, because let's say you're looking for a car. You want to buy a car, right? You're gonna look at the picture of the car in order to say, I want this car. Nobody ever goes to the fucking dealerships and goes up to the dealer, hey pal, today's your fucking lucky day. You pick the car and you tell me how much I'm gonna pay. Hey, who the fuck does that? Nobody, right? Like you're very picky. Now I want that car. I want to test drive that car.
Some people they don't have the flashlight,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to look in the dark place, you know.
Like an inspector has a flashlight.
Yeah. Read that one again.
I got a piece of
Oh yeah.
Colossians 4 and 6. It says, "Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man." So we're sure that our FD chip is, talks about, and it's the MOTB though, you know. So we gotta come out here bold, like it says, come out here boldly, speaking the truth though, We're not just gonna come with the half-ass doctrine. Oh, I don't know if I don't know. You gotta come out here with the 100% the season though. That's what I say. Be sure that what you know what you're talking about though.
And that's the GMS is the only camp that you can walk up to and they'll never tell you, I don't know. You won't ever hear that. You won't ever hear some fucking bullshit. Somebody fucking knows in that camp. Somebody's fucking well armed. And as a matter of fact, it's a team effort.
Yeah.
Some people have this, some people have that, like the scriptures say.
They say that they don't have 100% truth.
Oh shit, you got it.
How you supposed to know anything if you don't have 100% truth?
Yeah.
You know.
That's you people right there. You people don't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
How you supposed to know what the mark of the beast is if you don't know 100%? You know.
Yeah. Some camps said it's Christianity. Other fucking camps, I believe it was IUIC, said it's white girls sleeping with white girls.
Hey, I guess I'm going to hell. I'm already dead.
Have you already? Yeah, you're already there.
I'm already dead.
You're already there.
That's ridiculous, man. And look at this, son. If anyone in GMS brings out scripture, there's fucking history behind it. There's an explanation behind it. There's so much knowledge and information behind it and their explanation that if you look it up, you're forced to believe it or reject it. And if you reject it, you get rejected.
Yeah. Because the elders didn't say though. The apostles didn't say. Do the research, man. Don't believe us. You do the research.
It's like Yahushua is down here and he's telling us what to fucking say. We don't rehearse this. I ain't fucking rehearsed this. The brother said it was my lesson, and I said, man, it's your lesson. I didn't rehearse. I don't fucking plan nothing. Like, the thing is the information is coming from the angel, his angel, so that we don't get it wrong. I got a precept. Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb and spake as a dragon. Well, where's the history in that? Okay, Lucius Vera and Marcus Aurelius, the Roman Empire. That's the time they had the horns represent the leader, right? The power. There was two fucking Roman emperors, and he spake like the dragon. So everything that he said was about war, was very fucking evil, right? And one of the things that they did, if you watch Gladiator 2, that movie is fucking awesome. I couldn't concentrate on it because I was looking stuff up. But that lets you know that and that was a beast because came up out of the earth. And what is the earth? Like the earth represents men, right? Because we came from the earth. We were built from the earth, right? So it was not an angel, right? It was not a beast. It was not a fucking imaginary creature. It came from the earth, like me and you. So it must have been a man. So he had two horns like a lamb, and that lamb represents that you refer the people, right? But he spake like a dragon. And one of the parts that I seen was Denzel Washington with how he took over the power. He fooled one of Marcus Aurelius to kill his brother
Yep, yeah, that's right.
and to take over the fucking Roman Empire. So there you go. He spake like a lamb. His actions were, his horns were like a lamb. He looked like a lamb, but he spake like a dragon.
And the definition for a dragon is Draco, right?
Ooh,
The
yeah.
laws, they said the Greek, what's it called? Greek laws, though. That's what they call them.
Dracula. Just remember Dracula. What was the whole point of Dracula? Dracula was upset with Yahushua because his wife died. That's a fucking good movie. It explains a lot. But, you know, like I said, that there you go. That's a GMS thing right there. Who else is going to tell you that? Maybe Tazariak will tell you, but then when you get to the part of verse 16,
Yeah.
no, or what was it? Yeah, 16?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Or just read that precept faster, you know?
And then, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, come on, you gotta know everything, though, you know?
And we know it. We know what we're talking about.
Read Second Peter.
Scott, at 119.
Yeah.
It says, we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed. See? You know? As into the light that shineth in the dark place, into the day dawn, and the day star arise in your hearts.
Yeah, so if you can't see that the mark of the beast is the RFID chip, that means your pineal gland, which is in your brain, it's dirty, you know?
It has what's that word?
That is a spirit dog.
It's calcified.
Calcified. There you go.
Yeah, it's calcified. You know? So that means you can't see out. It's like your window is dirty and you can't clean it.
Yeah. Just think about your glasses. If you wear glasses, like my glasses get foggy or dirty, and I always do this. I always clean them. How do you clean your pineal gland?
By researching, by studying,
Not using fluoride toothpaste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to build your faith, finding out the truth, finding out facts, that's going to build up your faith, and that's what built it up. It's what built it up our faith to make us come out here.
Yeah, because the first thing that we did is research.
We used to get together every week, in the beginning, just
research,
sit down together, not even on video yet,
And when it started, it was 4 of us. It was me and this brother and 2 other brothers. I don't know. One of them, I don't know, man. I don't know what happened to you guys. But one of them follows me on Facebook, and the other one, when I see him, I'm like disappointed in him, because they didn't want to be led. They didn't want to be led. But here's the thing.
They didn't have the heart,
I didn't say, oh, I'm a leader. No. Thing is, and I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, why'd you pick me? Well, when I think about it, I'm like Peter, man. I'm quick to fucking jump in your motherfucking face. Thank you, Bert. And I'm quick to fucking get violent, and I'm quick to be offended. Why? Because I hate the devil.
Yeah, something that's not right, it's gonna rub you the wrong way. So you gotta jump on it,
And you will see how powerful I can be. You don't attack me to find out how powerful I am. You attack these brothers, and don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like I'm saying, attack someone I love, and you'll find out. You'll find out. That the word dragon can mean intelligence, hyper intelligence, superior intelligence.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why the devil is like that, because his intelligence is superior to all you fucking dummies. That's why it's so hard for you people to understand that GMS, that's the truth.
right? Yeah, it's a lot within our own people that don't believe, you know?
You know, that's crazy.
Can I get this? It's on Google. And what is the mark of the beast? The mark of the beast comes from the Bible, book of Revelation, and symbolizes allegiance to evil and anti-God powers, often linked to the Antichrist.
Mm.
So we know there's more than one Antichrist, but the biggest Antichrist is Esau. You know, the devil,
Yeah,
the devil himself.
The motherfucker you got on your walls and shit.
And he's always trying to upgrade himself
Yeah,
so he can get superior, so he can compete with God. But you can't box with God because your arms are too fucking short.
that's why he's the one that's bringing out this mark of the beast.
He sounds like Jake Paul and Yahushua's like agent.
Yeah,
You see
Anthony Joshua, yeah.
I don't know.
And he said though that Jake Paul called Anthony a coward because he didn't follow the script.
That's exactly what Esau was saying.
Yeah, he didn't follow the script, so he called him a coward. What? I thought it was a boxing. I thought it was a boxing fight. I thought you're supposed to fight.
That doesn't make no fucking sense.
Which goes to show that fool Logan Paul saying that it was like all those fights that he had with Mike Tyson, with Floyd, though, all those shits were fake. You're looking at this guy like if he was a real contender, though. But Anthony Joshua was like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna fuck this motherfucker up.
That's a good thing you said that because it's a embarrassment.
Yeah.
Baphomet embarrassment. They call it a humiliation, right? Andrew Tate went through that shit. You don't fucking fool us, man. You don't fucking fool us. And why Jake Paul was so mad? Because he's the devil. Really? Yeah, people could say, oh, he could be Jake, he could be a Jake. No, he's fucking not.
No, he did.
No, he's fucking not because he's over here fighting about the fucking law he put down. You went against the script.
Yep.
I made that law.
Yeah, no,
That's basically what he was saying. And Anthony Joshua represents the prophets of TMS. Fuck you. He didn't even set up that punch.
No, he didn't. Yeah, when knocked him, he didn't even set it up. It was like he was sparring with dude.
He bullied him into that corner.
Yep. It was like he was sparring, just fucking with him, you know?
And if you ever been in boxing or any competition of one-on-one sports like this brother was in judo, you know that you're dancing, right? You're dancing, going against each other, even in movement. So if you're a real boxer, you know that you're trying to beat the other guy's movement. If you're in judo, you're trying to beat the other guy's movement. If you're in wrestling, you're trying to beat the other guy's movement. Karate, the same every fucking combat sport, you're trying to beat the other motherfucker's movement.
It's about timing.
And you kind of want it. You want it. You ain't never gonna say, yeah, you ain't against the script, nigga. That's fucking.
It's about timing and technique.
Yep.
You know.
That's like if you ever see those karate people that set themselves up to look good, they'll have their students and they'll do the technique, but then that technique doesn't work in real fighting.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna make a script to make it work.
Yep.
You're gonna choreograph it. You're gonna make the dance work.
Yep. See, and it goes to show too that Jake Paul just pretty much exposed the other fights that he was in that they were scripted. You hear him saying that stupid comment.
Remember what I said? Baphomet humiliation, right? Or humiliation, whatever. Ritual.
Yep.
I'm gonna continue. So we know that the devil is bringing out the mark of the beast, and it says placed on the right hand or forehead. It's a mark that prevents economic participation, buying or selling for those who use it. Often associated with the number 666. And a long time ago, when we were younger, we thought that people were going to have 666 written on their forehead, right?
Yeah.
And they were going to be walking around with 666.
Yeah.
That's what we thought because we didn't have no understanding.
That's a perfectly good sense because
it's like it.
Because you understand little by little.
Yeah.
You're building the puzzle. It's like a 1,000-piece puzzle, one piece at a time. God damn it.
Yeah. But when we go into more studying, we go to Revelation 13 and 16 and read all the way to 18.
Revelation 13 and 16. And he caused it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man,
Yeah, exactly.
and his
Of a
number
man.
is 636.
So 666, right?
Yep.
So when I go back to the article, it says the number 666, which represents humanity's imperfection and rebellion against the Most High. It says interpretations vary from literal implants, microchips, to symbolic allegiance, which is thoughts or actions, which is what's his name, Sabak, priest Sabak. He, he he says that the mark of beast is your the forehead is what you think. Philosophy. He says the mark of the beast is philosophy.
Oh,
And he's pretty smart. He's pretty smart, but that sounds fucking ridiculous. Now I'm gonna show the brothers first, just so they can understand. Look at the date. That's the RFID. That's the mark of the beast. 6/15/2018. That's a long time ago. Now the brother was saying about the numbers, right? So in 1973, George H. Laurer, an employee of the Rothschild-owned IBM, invented the UPC Universal Product Code. At the time, this article states the UPC will be on every product. That's 2018, the year of prophecy. Now, every product in every store carries a UPC, which every barcode item bears a number 666.
barcode, yeah.
Yep. That's the B system. 666, because keep going. It says uh, so. It says some think some interpret it for microchips. Other people are thoughts and actions. So it's only two things that it could be. Either a microchip or philosophy. Sleeping with white women. That's a philosophy.
That's fucking hard.
Yeah.
So we know it's the microchip.
And if somebody tells you the mark of the beast is sleeping with white women,
How you gonna buy and sell with your mind? I mean,
yeah, if you slept with a white woman, I can't buy no more. That don't make no fucking sense.
That don't make no sense. Because when he talks about that the world, right?
Mhm.
Like the earth though, right? And they talk about philosophy, there's people like in China, they have their own beliefs, right?
Mhm.
They're Buddhists. Over there, you think them people that believe in Muslim though, they're gonna believe a philosophy when they're into their what they're into though, religion wise though.
Mhm.
So how is it that this is a philosophy, but the thing about it though is these different parts of the world though, the people have their own religion and their own philosophy though, man.
And they're still gonna take that fucking shit.
You know what I'm saying though? So it has to be something that's universal though, you know?
And this is the only book in the universe that said all motherfuckers are gonna take it and
Yeah.
cause it. And who's he? The devil. Cause it all.
so that's how we know that UPC is a 666, because that has the RFID, and you need to buy and sell with that.
Yep.
And then plus, the White House just came out with an article, and it says winning the 6G race.
Oh,
And with the 6G, it says the next generation of mobile communication networks will be foundational to the national security, foreign policy, and economic prosperity of the United States.
So you said foreign policy, right? There you go.
And the economic prosperity.
now let's speak on about
Prosperity though.
let's speak about
Yeah.
the foreign policy. So that means that all people are gonna fucking have to adhere to that policy.
Yep.
And right now, there's a little motherfucker called Netanyahu who thinks he's a fucking king of the world. And then there's another motherfucker called Donald Trump. I don't know. It seems like a fucking cartoon episode.
It's a movie.
It's a fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like the things they fucking do doesn't make any sense if you're just thinking like that. But if you read the Bible, everything falls in place. And
Yeah, it makes sense.
shit.
You see the movie play
Mhm.
out.
You
You're like,
yeah.
oh shit, I knew this was gonna I knew it.
Yeah.
And then you get up and you're all excited. And then you have that realization, GMS was always right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, like I was gonna say, I got a definition of foreign policy because it says it's the nation's comprehensive strategy for interacting with other countries, international organizations, and global actors to protect and advance its interests, values, security, and prosperity. It said through tools like trade, defense, aid, and treaties.
Well, that's just self-explanatory, but it's kind of not for some people.
That means the whole world has to get the RFID, the microchip.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Because there was a word in there, and then that word means that everybody's going to get involved for policies, right?
Because there's comprehensive strategy for interacting with other countries. What does that mean? What does that mean?
They're not telling. Interacting is not playing paper, rock, scissors. Interaction is
something though.
Can I borrow that phone and I'll give you $2? That's an interaction.
Sending a signal to them, just by sending a signal.
And how do you get my and how can I and then you'll say, how can I get my money? Well, I got a chip right here, and you just fucking instead of giving each other high five, you guys are interacting. You guys are transferring funds.
Yeah.
What do you do when you go to the store? You interact with the machine, with the register at the machine. That interaction with your card.
There's no way you could buy something without interacting with the RFID.
And now we got stores that there's no people working there. Just stalkers at night. You go in there, get your shit, walk out. The machine scans the what? UPC code.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And now you're getting charged for whatever the fuck you took. And it's okay, and it's so convenient, right? That convenience makes your interaction much easier. And if you take a look at society now, people don't even fucking like talking to each other.
Oh yeah, they don't. Yeah.
This fucking lady, I was at the post office and she was going to drop off a letter. And you know how old little people are like different than younger people? And she was like, hey, young man, do you know if I could put this in there? She was just trying to make conversation. But I was like, of course, pal, you can fucking put it in there. But you see how I didn't want to fucking talk to her? I'm sick of society. People are sick of society. What's gonna make it easier? That little RFID chip.
Yeah. Because the Americans are really impatient though. They don't want to stand in line either though. The motherfuckers are just right there, just like waiting and waiting though. They don't like to wait though. They can't wait more than 1 minute though, man, in line. So what's gonna do this? It's gonna be beneficial for them to get that shit though, because they're gonna see these machines though. They just grab the thing or scan it through, and that's it, man. They just go about their day. Whatever's convenient though, man. For the American
people don't use their brains. And now we got every fucking app on TV has a documentary on child abduction, sex trafficking, money laundering, drugs, like criminal activities, right? Interactions. And that's how this dude set himself up to be the god of this world. First of all, Job 9:24 tells you that it was given to him. So he is allowed to do all these things.
Yep. He said it was given to him.
Let me read this real quick. Revelation 13 and 16 in the NLT. He required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on the right hand or on the forehead.
Like it said, economic prosperity of the United States. And then it said this technology will play a pivotal role in the development and adoption of emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, robotics, and implantable technologies.
Yeah, because what are we dealing with right now? Everybody's phone, this tablet has an AI. It's either Gemini or Copilot, Google. They're AI. They're thinking for you.
You just said that the 6G is gonna be linked up with the implantable technology.
Now, how many times when we all notice this, how many times have we as brothers in the truth, we're all looking on our phone, and then you see something that you thought about. Oh shit, I wanted to get that. Well, how the fuck did your phone know that?
Yeah. Because even when on YouTube, though, when you watch a video and they'll recommend you these other videos that are similar to the ones you watch, though,
It's
you know,
called
they're
an
like you.
algorithm.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it's called.
So here I am looking on my phone, thinking about, and I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna be a man. I'm gonna be a man, thinking about white chicks. So I must be going in there. And then guess what? I get a fucking invitation to be a friend from a white chick, and it's not a good thing, because let's say, how the fuck does she know? It's an AI thing. They're just trying to take your money. And the big thing right now is a cyber wife,
Yeah, it's crazy though. Yeah.
a fucking doll, a robot doll with sexual parts. I can't even continue what I'm going to say, man.
But they already got those over
They
there.
already got those.
Over there, but they, I mean, they're probably here too. They're probably in boxes though right now. But
Yeah,
you know,
they do.
I wonder.
Yeah. So here's another disgusting thing. They had sex dolls for pedophiles of infants and children with
that's
sexual parts, and they say, "Oh, it's for treatment."
Get the fuck out of here, man.
You can't treat somebody's condition by allowing them to do the things that make that condition.
Yeah, it's like someone that's a drug addict, right? Like, you know, I'm rather just wants to get him his drugs because if not, he's gonna get it somewhere else. Might as well get it from me. You giving them drugs,
Like if
not helping.
like if a crackhead stops smoking crack and starts drinking beer, he just fucking sure he downgraded, but he really didn't change anything.
Just changed his habit, but I mean, it's the same habit, but a different substance, though. You know.
And what I'm trying to say is, you can't change that behavior.
Yeah.
What you're doing is making it worse. And anybody, any creature on the planet Earth, I'm sorry to say this, is gonna get tired of doing the same thing over and over. So that pedophile is gonna be like, yeah, this is just a doll. I need to create a thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's why with that guy Jeffrey Dahmer, he was able to get away with the murders because the cops made it easy for him. So he just continued and continued. So, you know what I'm saying? Though there's the clues. The Jake woman kept telling them, "Hey, this motherfucker! I heard screaming. I heard power tools. I heard there's a smell," and they still wouldn't fuck with the dude, right? And they wouldn't go into his apartment, right? And then, like I said, he said it himself. Jeffrey Dahmer said it. The reason why he kept killing was because it was easy for him to do so.
Yeah, exactly. So all predators will do things that are easy. So I'm gonna give you some advice, and I remember I tell you guys be dangerous. You have little kids. You're out in public. It's okay to yell at your wife, especially in public. It's okay to yell at your kids, especially in public. It's okay to look at other men and give them the fucking eye. Why? Because there's pedophiles and predators watching you, and you don't see them. They're looking for the weak father figure or no father figure. And that's the disgusting thing to know. Because every time you look on the TV, there's a documentary about this and that. And there was a documentary about an island called Fox Island. And it was back in the 60s, and all these white men were fucking going up to kids that didn't have strong father figures, boys, and making them do sexual acts. And now they're grown men, and now they can't deal with it.
And the documentary of that Nickelodeon because it came out on HBO. Remember that guy? What's his name? Drake Bell. Their parents got divorced, right? But his dad told his mom, "I don't want Drake to be around that dude." And it was the same dude that did the shit to him. But before like the dad told the mom, I don't trust this motherfucker right here. I told his mom that I don't want Drake to be around dude. The mom, what she do? She don't listen. And what happens to Drake? He's scarred for life now. So it goes to show. So if the father was still in the household, he would have been like, hell, hey son, you're not gonna go over there. Fuck that. That motherfucker gives me the no. But you see, the woman, because what would that pedophile will do though? He'll buy him tickets to go to fucking Disneyland. He'll be like, oh, I'll pick him up. Don't like try to, yeah, like be the nice guy, so-called nice guy, whatever the case be. And look what happened to Drake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, So you women are easy to fucking manipulate, man.
Yeah, let's give you a list of things not to do. If they're having a sleepover, no, you ain't fucking going.
No. Nope.
Somebody invites you to go do something, confront that motherfucker. Someone comes over to talk to your kids, you step outside and get rough. You know what? I'm gonna make it so easy for you. You know what the number one thing pedophiles look at is a manipulating father figure or mother figure. All right, and this is how you do it. Um, if I look at you, and I'm pretending to be a predator, right? If I look at you and you got flip flops on
In a man bun.
and a man bun, I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. But if I look at you and you're wearing fucking combat boots, like look at me. I'm wearing boots. I am not looking nice. You ain't gonna look at me for a second time because I'm gonna tell you what the fuck you looking at. You know? And now I got two big sons, and I protected them, and I protected my daughter. Now guess what? Now there's gonna be three of us getting up in your fucking face. You know?
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be, though. Yeah.
So here's the thing, like, and it's so easy to spot. Like they'll be creeping, like there'll be somebody with the phone, pretending to record the scenario, right? But they're really looking for kids.
Yeah, so fucking Edom might be doing that shit,
And then there's these people on YouTube that go to catch predators. Well, those people were sexually abused, and I'm not telling anybody's business. Okay, you said it yourself.
By doing that, yeah.
Doing that.
By doing that.
There's a bunch of fucking influencers that were sexually abused. Right? Everything's fucking disgusting in this world. So what's happening is when this chip gets, and it's coming, when this chip gets mandatory and you take it, that means that you agree with all the things that this wicked devil does. And if you don't believe it, this started in Rome. You remember that emperor that kidnapped that one boy and castrated him? Forced him to be his wife.
Crazy.
And by the sword you shall rule the world, right? That's crazy.
And it's fucking the island, though, the Epstein Island, right? They got all that shit going on over there, right? Here you are, you have all this money, though, right? And you still need to have an island to take these kids to, man. You know what I'm saying? No, it's like you have the money and power, right? But you still need an island for yourself, though, to do all your nasty shit. You know what I mean? It's like, man, like, how low are you, mother? You guys are low, man. Because you guys are nasty, though. Here is, you have enough money to buy, all kinds of shit, though, man. But you still had to have this island, though, to do all your nasty shit, man. Goes to show, man, you motherfuckers are wicked, man.
They're disgusting.
And Jake could be, man. Jake could have a hole on his shirt, man, and he'll still pull a bitch, man.
That's for real, man.
He don't need no fucking money or power, man. But imagine if these people right here, have at least some little money, have some little, we pull all kinds of women, though.
And that's the thing. It's called the envy. You're so wicked. You're trying to destroy everybody just to get at us.
Yeah.
That's fucking foul, man. That's foul.
That's that spirit of I can have it, you can't have it.
That's exactly what it is, man.
Yep.
And but with Jake, we're so fucking cool. We're happy and we don't even know the person. When I see another Jake win, I'm happy. Like if I'll look at this black dude and he's got 3 fat, ugly bitches, but they're taking care of him, that's a fucking win. Hooray for that, dude.
Yeah, that guy's happy though,
But
yeah.
Edomites will see that. You got no reason to be mad.
Yeah,
Why are you mad?
Why you mad though? Yeah,
Because of the perpetual hate you have for your brother Jake.
Yep.
Damn, you just hate us.
Read that Revelation 13 and 18 again.
Revelation 13 and 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636.
So number 6, it's linked up with the implantable micro RFID chip, because when you go to definition for 6, I'm gonna click on it. The Number 6, which is stigma.
Mm-hmm.
Stick.
Stigma. But then I'm gonna click on the root word, which is stigma.
Because there was a movie called Stigmata.
Stigmata.
Yeah,
Yep, I remember that
stigmata.
movie.
Which it says a mark, incised or punched, uh,
Harvey.
for recognition of ownership, scar of service, or a mark. And then it says a mark pricked in or branded upon the body.
And then if you go even deeper, you start to understand that that's talking about something being put inside, like piercing your skin.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how everybody's gonna walk around with 666 on them. You know, if they get that.
Some people already do. I heard Switzerland is already up on it.
Like Sweden, right? Switzerland, they already got it though. They're opening up their houses with that shit though, you know?
Yeah.
And their doors to their cars though, you know?
Who the fuck would trust that thing? Right?
It also says to ancient Oriental usage, slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander, branded or pricked, cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belong to.
Yeah.
There you
You
go.
belong to Satan.
Belongs to, you know?
And we belong to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's why, you know what? And I thought about it. That's why everybody hates us. Doesn't matter if you even say anything. They could just look at you and be like, for some fucking reason, I hate that person.
As it even says, and there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with the token of their gods.
Yeah.
Man,
There you go.
So that number 6 means to cut you open.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's the medical field.
It's through the needle. It's talking about the needle because the mark means karagma.
And remember,
Because it says thing, carved, sculptured, graven work. You know? So a thing carved. You know? Stamped, imprinted mark. What the hell is an imprinted mark? You know? Stamped.
who was the first one to get a mark? Cain.
So how you gonna break down if it's a thought? How's it gonna cut you? You know?
That must be a strong
It's gonna
motherfucker.
cut your mind or something.
Yeah.
Like I don't get it. Yeah.
You know what? That's because you're just freestyling.
Yeah. Just winging it. In other words, winging it.
Wingman. That's what they call it.
Yeah, because you know, like Palestines, I believe Palestines, is like you know,
Yeah, it's a thing that goes in.
yeah, it goes in, right? Because there's a because they even call it, I believe they call the fences that because they have the sharp on top though. Yeah, yeah.
That's literally a palisade right here.
Yeah.
It's a telephone pole because it goes in.
So it's something to do with sharp on top though, something that's sharp though. That's pretty much what it means though, you know. So it's like how what's gonna be sharp? Your mind though. You know what I'm saying? No. So if you got this mark though, you're sharp in the mind or something though. I thought if you get it, it's philosophy. You know, you're going off. Doesn't fucking make sense though. Yeah.
But then, in order for it to make sense, you either have to study or agree. And if you agree, it doesn't really make sense, does it? Because you're fucking tired of looking around, searching. I got a precept. Revelation 13 and 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men. And what they use for target accuracy is a laser, right? But how do they do that? It has to get marked.
Yeah. Yeah, because with the I believe now the technology though, the headstones though, I believe they use laser now. Before it would be the way with the and then the thing is when they back then when they used to create those tombstones, right? The head tombstones, they had the thing that looked like
Engraver, right?
yeah, and they had the hammer, like back in the day. But now, like the back now they have I believe it's like a laser, yeah, because the lasers the ones that now you look at the headstones, you can see the person that died, their face, the year they died. So that's all laser though. That's all like a
Engraven.
picture though. Yeah,
Graven images.
yeah. So
because that laser is concentrated fire. You know, it's melting that stone. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
when it's going in.
yeah. That's what they do with the headstone. Yeah,
And that's how this guy is preparing his weapons. It doesn't seem like it's doing bad, but he, like, if you're cutting into earth with a laser, that can be also used to cut things down, right? I don't believe for one second they're just trying to be nice, like you're trying to be a humanitarian.
They even use lasers for your eyes. You know,
Oh shit!
oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Huh? Yeah, yeah. When you have yeah, yeah, you can't see.
And
to like cut something out or something. You know.
and if you go to the
Just to kill,
doctor,
yeah, just to kill,
what is the first thing they try to do? They'll try to get you to do surgery.
Yep.
I said my knee and hip hurts. Well, surgery is an option. And I look at them and I'm like,
It's like these motherfuckers just want to touch you.
it's like you didn't even fucking set me up.
Yeah, yeah. You don't even like. They just want to cut you
You
already
didn't,
though.
you didn't even make it sound cool. But here I am. No, that's fucking wicked. I know I can heal without surgery, and plus surgery makes it worse.
Yeah. It's like a plan though. You know, like it's good for another 5 years, then you have to come back and get another surgery.
Ooh,
You know
what
what I'm saying?
the fuck does that?
How is that better?
That's not making it sound good.
Yeah. They'll be like, yeah, yeah, you probably need surgery. If it's still bad like that, another 5, 10 years, you probably need another surgery. Who the fuck wants to hear that? Like, motherfucker, that one time you want to do it and that's it. You want to be over with, right? At least with that one time, right? But then if they go back again another 5, 10 years, who wants to go do that? Nobody want to do that shit.
And then they'll have something like a transplant.
Oh yeah.
They'll be like, oh, your heart is fucked up.
Yep.
You need a new one, or you could die in 5 years. Scaring you, not even fucking trying to help you.
Yeah, that's why when I was working at the job though, a lot of those patients though are waiting for a kidney
Transplant.
stone. Yeah, yeah, kidney stone. Where they're on the list though.
That's not
But
even their fucking blood. It's not for you, man. You already use your fucking kidney.
yeah. And the thing is though, it's like they're waiting. They're on a so-called list, right? And they're just waiting though. Some motherfuckers been waiting for 5 to 10 years though on that so-called list, right? And the thing about it though is, it's like they have their hope into one day getting that transplant, as Blood said, and not going nowhere to dialysis because they got to go 3 times out of the week though, you know. But the thing about it though is, you know, there's a certain plant though that someone in Mexico was using. It's the ones that I shot. Remember I shot you though, to make the tea though and turn the color. Like someone in Mexico used that one, and they got cured. They got healed. They didn't have to go to the dialysis no more, and they just drank that tea every day. And what happened? It cleansed the blood though, where they didn't have to go to no more do that shit no more. But over here, because that person went back to Mexico. But over here, they're telling them, oh yeah, you need the dialysis and all that. He went back to Mexico to get the herbs. He used the one that I gave this brother though, and every day, and he got better though. So he's like, fuck that, you know. He felt better though. He didn't need dialysis in general.
The United
You
States
know?
is the only place where the medicine is invasive.
Mm-hmm.
Like we gotta send you to get blood drawn.
Yep.
So that goes with this. Get Revelation 3:10 because that's what America tries to do. Is it tries to give you things and sell you things that's not good for you. You know.
All right, Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
So that's what's happening. Is the out. That's what's coming. Is the hour of temptation, which is the devil. He's coming out with that chip and he's tempting you with it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
An hour is a long time too.
And then see within our people, these tribes right here, the only reason why they're over here because they get the free the medical and everything though. Over there in Mexico, they got to pay for everything, right? So right here, they're here for a specific reason because the things are free though, the pills and dialysis. Because over there in Mexico, they would have to pay for dialysis. You know what I'm saying? And that's expensive. It gets expensive. Plus with the medicines out there, so they stay here though. And so imagine though, it's a person that's in dialysis, right? Been going for 5 years though, and they say, hey, well now you need this MOTB, to order to continue, which they are going to though, and they're gonna be like, so you got this choice, did you take it or not? What do you think those patients are gonna do?
They've been suffering so long, they're gonna take it.
They're gonna take it. They don't want to suffer no more. So it's just simple, man. You know, it's just simple though. And the thing is though is if it was a so-called philosophy though, why like in Syria, there's people there trying to Christianity try to take the Christianity though, and the people right there are fighting against that. So there's a whole war going on out there right now. So if it was Christianity, so why there's still war still? You know, people ain't taking that Christianity though, man. People are trying to spread that so-called word though, but people ain't having it though, man. So people are dying.
Yeah.
You know,
precept. This is Hebrews 12:5, and ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. So you could be fucking sick, like I am, or like most of us are, dying, but that's really fucked up, isn't it? Because that's what Yahweh Shimi Shai wants you to go through. Yep. And here you got patients. Oh man, I can't stand the pain. Do whatever it takes. Yep. Whatever, okay, we're gonna cut you up, take out all your bad parts, put in new good parts. Now basically you're not a fucking human anymore. You stop being yourself once you take fucking anything out and put something else in.
Yeah, not the same.
You're not natural anymore.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're not. So, here we are being punished, but I'm gonna read this in NLT. And have you forgotten the encouraging words God spake to you as his children? He said, my child, don't make light of the Lord's discipline, and don't give up when he corrects you. Yeah. So what's the correction? Well, let's look at that dog, man. That dog he was standing there looking at us, but he was actually looking at your house, right? Because he's here when 3 or more in his name. That's where he's at. But like I was saying, when he corrects you, it's not a good thing. It's because my stomach hurts. So how is he correcting me? I have to go through cleansing my blood, right? And how did I do that? Fasting. I have to fast a lot. That's not a fucking fun thing, And then once you fast, you eat right. That limits my diet. I can't eat things that made me feel, oh, this is delicious. I cook my own food now, so that takes up more time. But that's good, because now you're involved in healing yourself. You're cooking your food like you're making your medicine. You're reading your Bible to correct yourself. You're doing good, man. Just imagine being hurt, like the brother said when that dude careened into the fucking canal. Imagine his last moments.
He's a young dude too. He was.
What was he? You know who he was talking to? He was talking to God.
Jesus, God.
Jesus, sweet Jesus. But I learned that even though you use that name could be legit if you believe in it. But you know that who it belongs to. It belongs to Yahushua. But that's not what his name is. So what do you think he was going through? Imagine yourself crashing. Your seatbelt tightens up. Your first instinct is to try to get out, but you're stuck.
You're just literally dying, just literally trapped though.
And then
horrible way to die,
You can't breathe. You're trapped. You can't breathe. That's a horrible way to die.
Yeah.
But who did that to you? And God did that to you.
Exactly. So people don't, it'd be hard for them to believe that God did that, it's easy to blame. Oh, it was dark that night. He didn't. It's always dangerous there. It's always the things around is easier to blame though. Car probably brakes weren't good. It's easy to blame all that though. But I think when it comes to realization, which is the truth though, it came from it was judgment though, man. You know what I'm saying? It was judgment though. There was time his brother, the teacher from here on, my brother-in-law is like one of his best friend though. He's a grown ass man though. He's like my age though. He's a grown ass man, and he's like just went missing though. They found his car by the canal, and it was just like, okay, he was in Armona, to the palace though, and then next thing you know, saw him though, and his car is by the canal. So it's like, what the fuck, right? A grown ass man though, like, how this guy just went missing? He just fucking fell in there, or we don't fucking know. Someone that some fucking wicked niggas were at part of the canal kidnapped him or some shit, because the family was saying it's unknown for him not to come home. You know what I'm saying? So something bad happened though. But you know what I'm saying though. But the thing about it though is they don't want to accept it. They don't. And the thing about it though is they don't have closure though. You know what I'm saying? Because now the family are just now more of wanting closure. Okay, because where's his body at now? It was like not too long ago either. There was a woman. I don't know if you've ever seen that. She was from Kalinga, and she'll drive to I think it was Tascadero, and she'll carpool I guess over there, right? But she originally lived in Kalinga, and then she went missing, right? And they didn't find her body until like a month by those hills, going to King City though. They found a body there. They're already like searching for her body and everything, and then it happened to be her boyfriend and her ex-boyfriend with her and her brother that killed her. You know, so it took like a month afterwards. So you know what I'm saying though, because like I said, the first week she's missing. The second week they still kind of had hope, but by the third or fourth week though, it's like now it's looking for her body now. You know what I'm saying? So it's already to that point with that teacher though. It's like now he's just looking for a body now, and the family wants closure though.
And the bad news about it is there's a black market for body parts, kidneys, livers, hearts, vital organs is what they call them.
Yeah.
And I bet you that that dude, that doctor, fucking teacher, you know, he didn't have anybody to keep him in check. Like, what was his homies telling him? I would have told my homie, what the fuck you going out there with people you don't fucking know? But we grew up different. I know for a fact I ain't fucking partying with no motherfucking body. I ain't drinking with you if I don't fucking know you. Plus, I don't drink no more.
Yeah.
I'm not eating with you if I don't fucking know you. You can put poison in my food. And it's not because I'm smart. It's because that shit happened to some of my family.
You learn,
Learn a lesson.
Yeah.
So just imagine, you know,
Being in that spirit of to do what does the scripture say? To do multitude foolish with the multitude.
of folly.
Yeah, yeah. Why though, man? Why? To satisfy their satisfaction of being in the world though, so you could be that guy. Because we live in a time of generation though. It's like everybody wants to be that guy though. Everyone wants to be that guy though. You know what I'm saying though? But why? Why be that guy though? When motherfucker something happened to you because you were that guy, by next year people will forget about you. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing about it though. You want to be always that guy, that guy that always goes hard, either drinking, partying, gang banging, doing all the stupid shit, right? You always want to be that guy though. But then like that, boom, we'll just, you know.
Hebrews 12 and 3 in the NLT. Think of all the hostility he endured from sinful people. Then you won't become weary and give up. So Yahushua went through all that. And why can't you think, okay, this doesn't make sense. If the Lord loves everybody, how come nobody loved him?
Yeah, when he was going through this, you know what I mean? Tribulation though.
Right? Nobody helped him when he was in trouble. So nobody's going to help you when you're in trouble. I got another one. Hebrews 12 and 6. For the Lord disciplines those he loves, and he punishes each one he accepts as his child.
Yeah.
So for us, yeah, you're gonna lose your job. Yeah, you're gonna lose your woman. You're gonna lose fucking more than you win. But he doesn't want you to lose that fucking touch, right? He doesn't want you to lose that. Okay, yeah, I was not nice. I better fucking stay in line.
Yeah. We end up like that kid though, in the water.
Now going back to dying, I mean, that's really terrible, right? People will say, "Oh, he died before his time." Maybe to you, but the thing is, the Lord already had enough of his bullshit.
Yeah, like what was he? Like who was he though? All you hear is he's a 21-year-old man or 22-year-old man, and then that's it. But what was that man doing though before he died? Motherfuckers don't ever think about that.
And they'll have a visual for him. They'll have candles and all that shit. And they'll say good things about him.
But there's more bad things to what he did than good things.
Because there's an investigation going on. That teacher was probably doing some bad shit.
Yeah, cause just to go out like that, it's weird though. Well, not weird, but
It is weird.
So
It is strange.
Why,
Why?
man,
Why?
a man, grown ass man though, in the 30s though, how did it disappear? I understand if it was a child that went missing though, but a grown ass man though, like that.
Yeah, and think about
weird,
how. Like how? Well, what was he doing? What was he doing in Armona? He's from here on, right? He was probably partying with bitches that he shouldn't be partying with.
Exactly though. And it was well, before I give you the truth though, the only person that I would hang out with like out of town was this brother. This is the only brother I trusted though, that I would go to your house though, and we go out and do things though. But this is the only brother like that I trusted though, because everyone, all of my so-called homies, whatever case be, friends were in Kalinga, but I wouldn't like I didn't like doing that either, How am I going with different people from different towns? I didn't like that shit, But the only person that I would do though was just with this brother though, I just it was something in the spirit that I trust this brother, like he will know, So like it was just like that, man. And it's through the spirit that we're here, But it goes to show what the brother said, man. You don't want to be partying with different motherfucking people that you don't know. What is there, like what are you doing here,
I'm suspicious of every fucking body. I got another one. Hebrews 12:7. As you endure this divine discipline, remember that God is treating you as his own children. Who ever heard of a child who was never disciplined by his father? Damn.
Yeah.
So if you die, you got disciplined. He had enough of your fucking foolish behavior.
I got a precept. 2 Corinthians 4:17 it says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. Yeah, we're suffering now, but it's temporal, But there's a light in the end of the tunnel for this, though, Because the thing about it though is, yeah, we suffering and we're going through this though, but I'd rather suffer righteously than to get judged though, man. With like that though, like I said though, like we don't know what our, how we, if we gonna make it or not though. But at the same time, it's like you hear about these, Jakes that how they're dying though. Like back in April, I knew this Jake though, like his body was literally cut in half though. Yeah, there's one of those ones right there, like the yellow one right there. He was dirt bike going fast, and he went through that shit, man. He cut his fucking shit in half, you know. And that's the thing about it though, man. And like that was a horrible. Well, they want to say an accident, but it was the way he died though, right? So that's the thing about it though. So it was like if you want to suffer, at least suffer righteously though, You know what I'm saying though? And the Lord will have probably mercy on you if you were to pass away in your sleep or something, You don't have to, like that guy from Goodfellas, Ray Liotta. I think back in 2022 he died though, but they say he died in his sleep.
Peace.
He died in peace though.
I got Hebrews 12:8. If Yahweh doesn't discipline you as he does all of his children, it means that you are illegitimate
Bastard.
and are not really his children at all. So man, I'm kind of glad I get punished. I don't want to say punished, but that's what it is. And it's not like a bad punishment. Maybe I know he is. He's keeping me from danger. He doesn't want me to go that way. He doesn't want me to do those fucking things. You keep on fucking doing what you're doing, Kawak. You're okay. You're okay, buddy. And then I suffer and I suffer and I get to the point where like, why am I suffering so much? And then he gives throwing me a bone. Hell no. Yeah, that makes my suffering bearable.
Appreciate though.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Appreciate, because thing is, like I said, I was like, the only thing I worry about was to make it enough, I guess, to make it out here in camp. And I did a video yesterday, right, about how Apostle Tahar made already order saying GMS, get with GMS. There's no GMS associated and things like that, right? So I just say like, sucks because when it's like, because there's no GMS near us though, you know. There's no GMS near us. We can't like,
You go to the south, you can't go to the north.
because it's like 3 hours away.
4 hours.
Yeah, 4 hours. That's why I was in the video, 3 to 4 hours. So it's like, how are we supposed to just one time out of the week though? You don't have the gas. You know, we don't got the funds. I don't got the funds for it though. I've already got enough to make it out here with these brothers though, man.
Hey, it means a Buffalo heart means well.
Yeah, yeah.
It means
That's
well.
what I said though.
But
And I understand him though.
we're
I-
good.
Yeah.
You know how I know we're good? Because I've been fucking suffering like a long time. This brother's been suffering. This brother's been suffering. I don't got a fucking job.
But same boat too. Since August, bro. Like 4 or 5 months though.
And now I only got one car. Things happen to me, and I'm like, I flip a lid and I lose my control. But I know for a fact this is what's cracking. Hebrews 13:9. Since we respected our earthly fathers who disciplined us, shouldn't we submit even more to the discipline of the Father of our spirits and live forever?
Exactly.
Man,
So
look at
that's
that.
that's the weight of glory though, man.
Those little dogs remind me of us. We're chasing after the word.
Yeah. Because there's the glory of wait, man. Waiting though, you know?
Yeah, so I appreciate the lessons. You know,
Yeah.
that's fucking insane how much suffering I'm doing. But that's okay because I know for a fact that the more I suffer, the more he appreciates me. And I know what Satan's like, why'd you do this to me? He'll fucking curse you out.
Yeah.
Because we're all jokes, right? I know he's gonna do this if you do this. Bullshit, Satan.
Yeah, the elder Dallas though said like imagine Job though. Job, you know, he had all this and it got taken away. What he went through. And you know, like us in this time though, we don't got the like
Think that shit.
suffer though like that, you know? But he did suffer. We're all like his brother said, we're all jokes though. But when he's you know, he suffered like crazy like that. So imagine these fallouts nowadays though, right? They're in the camp though and they fall out though. It's like what do you suffer like that fucking joke, right? The guy it's a fucking joke saying that he needed to take 3-4 months because he had to take a test for a job or some shit. It's like what the fuck? What do you mean though? You're gonna take 3-4 months though because you gotta take a test for a fucking job that you want. And it's like if that's what I said yesterday in the video. I was like, if I gotta go get a job where I'm 3 months out of my, I'm not gonna take that job. I'm gonna go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying though? So it's like that guy cannot lose that job though. Imagine him losing his kids, his wife. You know, definitely he'll fall out the truth though, like that. But here's this guy. He needs time off though for a fucking job, man.
Hey,
I mean, these brothers, we lose jobs, man.
hey,
You know? Come on now. I had a fucking
you had a good job, man.
yeah, and
Well, I
then
had a good
even
job.
before too. Remember, it was that mandatory snake juice, and I was like, I ain't taking that shit. And I actually started working at that job too, 3-4 years ago. And I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna take that shit. They're like, what's mandatory? Well, okay, well I'm mandatorily fucking bouncing it, like
But it
you know,
wasn't mandatory.
exactly though. But it was fine though, you know. I still went, you know, got through it though, man. But that's the thing about it though. So here's this fucking joke that can't be like, nah, fuck this job, man, because I want to still do the work though, because it's gonna take that over a fucking job, man. So if you were to lose your kids and substance, all that though, you'll definitely fall out, man. You don't have integrity, nigga.
And I got well, preaching for you. Hebrews 12:11. No discipline is enjoyable while it is happening. It's painful, but afterward there will be peaceful harvest of right living for those who are trained in his ways.
You get desensitized though. You get used to it, you know.
Damn, man, that makes you wanna be careful. Like, damn,
Yeah.
you know, let your you know what people say. Oh, you guys are too emotional. There's a difference between emotion and feeling. Okay, emotion is something that you think. Feeling is something unexplainable.
Passion,
Like you see
passion, man.
you see a bum on the street and he's doing bad, and he's like, and you know he's doing bad, and he asks you for a little bit of something. Can you give me anything? Well, how do you feel inside? Bad, right? Yeah, I'll hook you up with something. But then you see that bum that's always sitting in the same fucking corner, He's not a real bum. He's a fucking employee. He's working. That other guy, he's suffering. Right? So there's a difference. No discipline is enjoyable while it is happening. Fucking sucks, right? It's painful. But
Yeah.
afterward, there will be peace.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's light in the end of the tunnel, though, man. Yeah, like the one I read earlier, just for a light affliction, for affliction is for a light time, though. But you know what I'm saying, though. So, man, so be it, man.
Just for a little bit.
Just for a little bit, you know. We got the guy that he always asks for substance, though, you know. And we haven't surprised. I haven't surprised any simple today because I haven't seen him, though. But when I got something, I'll give him something, you know. But I just don't. These past months, though, I can't give him. I don't have nothing, you know.
We don't have nothing, and that's okay because it's just for a season. Just for a season. Okay, but we're trying to share in that holiness, right? People will look at you and how do you fucking suffer so much? How do you not lose your cool? I don't fucking know. I don't know how I do it.
Crashing out yet.
But there's things that you can do to help prevent those crash outs, like lifting weights, running. You know what? You know what really works for me? Is that what's it called? Heavy, intense interval training that hit. So I do the steps, like the side steps, like football training.
Oh yeah.
Side steps, in and out.
Yeah.
And it's all for wrestling, right? And it's the middle of the night, and people are looking at me, and I'm doing all these fucking things. I'm relieving my stress, man, because you don't know how fucking close I am to losing it.
Yeah, you gotta put the energy into something.
You gotta put that energy into something, and then reading the Bible is a good place to put it.
Yeah.
Look how much knowledge is in here.
Yeah, because when you read the Bible again, though, when you come in the truth, though, but then you read it again, though, it's like you understand more, you know? You read it and you understand more, like, oh man, it makes sense, though, you know?
I remember the first time I read about the beast coming out of the sea, I was like, is that a fucking dragon? Like, and then it explains it to you. And then the more you learn, the more you grow, right? Yep. That's how you know any one of us will be like, okay, today, when we will say this, we don't talk to each other like this. Okay, today I'm the speaker. Don't interrupt me with your little breakdown. Like, we love that. It's not you breaking it down, it's the spirit getting into you. We expect that from you. And that's what the thing about GMS is. If we read a scripture and you ain't excited, what are you doing? Sometimes I read scriptures and I look at you guys and I'm like, yeah. And then it happens. Everybody jumps. And then I stay quiet or someone jumps and reads it. It's called the spirit. That's the thing. So, yeah. We're over here. We're tired. But the Lord's giving us strength.
And you got the strength to do so, then do it, man. You know, these brothers that, you know, that are in wheelchairs, man, these brothers that, you know, are like really suffering, though, you know, like bad, though, but they still make it to camp, they still put up the videos and things like that, though. So it's like no excuse, though, you know. Because I see that too. For me, it's no excuse, though. I'm not even working, though, so I have at least time, though, you know. So you know, my kids are small, though. They need a lot of attention, though. But I still make time, though, you know. So it's regardless, to still do it, though. You know, it's no excuse, though, you know.
Yeah. Just remember, however your kids make you feel, that's how your house feels about it. I gotta watch out for this guy. He's fucking crazy. If somebody challenges me to a fight, I know he's gonna fight. He's pissed off right now. That's how I want him. And then the angel will be like, Lord, you're pushing his back too much. Michael will be like, you're pushing his back too much. He's about to break. Shut up, Michael. That's exactly what I fucking want from him. I want to see what will make him break so that he won't break when the hour of temptation comes. That's all it is. It's just a little training.
Yeah, because that's how I see it too, though. You know, like
Chasing the bitch. Every dog just chases the bitch. That's all.
Yeah, and that's how I see it, not working right now is camp right now. This camp though not work because when the MOTP comes about though, you're not gonna take that shit. So you're gonna be jobless though. What the fuck you gonna do? So the way I see it in the situation in right now with not having a job though is just this
It's training.
is training. Yeah,
You already have no job.
you have no fucking job. This is the job right here. But whatever the case be though, we understand we need some substance and things like that to keep a roof over our head though. But if it's taken care of though, you like right now using my woman to just work right now, so be it.
That's what I'm doing.
Hey, I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? And she's in the same boat as me though. That's all that matters though. We're not looking any forward into getting a lot of substance and things like that though. But as long as she's rock, because she knows my 2019 though that I've been working these jobs and shit, and been taking care of them though. So she knows my potential when it comes to because she knows I work though. At the end of the day, she knows I work, but the situation right now, she understands it too though. So it's not like I'm just lazy though. It's like no, like she knows that I will work though.
And it's better for you to stay at home and take care of your kids. You don't want nobody else taking care of your kids.
Yeah.
It has to be like this right now.
Yeah. Because that's the thing about it though. That's why I ended up doing the job because I had no one to take care of the kids. I don't want no one besides their grandmas to pick them up though. I'm not gonna have to drop them off some fucking daycare stranger. Like so I can keep this job though. Like nah, fuck that, man. Like I gotta be the one doing all that shit though, man. You know what I'm saying though? So that's why we're led to where it led to though. Here this bitch though sending me far away though, and not me be able to pick up my kids though, and I had some babysit them. Like, not the fuck, man. Fuck out of here with that.
You see what's going on though? Separate. Let's separate the family.
Yeah.
Let's separate the family because the family is just, and the family is the most important thing. Um, in Hebrew Israelite community, because without the family, there is no future.
There's nothing. No, yeah, there's nothing.
Who's Yahweh Shai coming to save? Israelites, right? So just remember, no discipline is enjoyable while it is happy. It is painful, but afterward there will be a peaceful harvest of right living for those who are trained in this way.
Exactly. Say train. What I said, trained in this way. Yeah. See. So you have to be desensitized into what's happening. You got to take that in, though. Because we are coming into even more dangerous, more crazier times than ever before, though. So if you can't handle what's going on with you right now, imagine in the future, though. Like what I'm saying, though. So this is things that at least the knowledge that we have to understand, is what about to come to pass, though. The fact that we had that knowledge though, and it ain't gonna come all of a sudden though, like these other fucking people is just gonna come all of a sudden though. They're gonna, oh, what the hell? Like with that snake juice. People were all against it though, but when it came down to where, hey, you wanna keep your job, you gotta take that snake juice. They folded like fucking chairs, man. So it's like, see, I thought you had no integrity though. No, you guys don't, man. So especially when they take away the, hey, you gotta take this microchip though in order for you to buy things though, damn well they're gonna fold though. And then if like I won't take it though, but then they see the kids, oh man, I gotta take it because my kids are starving and they're hungry and this and that though. So they're gonna take it, they're gonna fold though, because these motherfuckers always they wanna fuck with you, man. They always go to the kids, man. You know what I'm saying? They all want to get you. They want to get the kids in order to get you though. It's the same thing with the woman though. They get the kids first though, and then you're gonna fucking like for example, like we just had a Christmas, right? Christmas just happened though. What's the excuse that the woman always tells the man? Do it for the kids. Do it for the kids. And oh, I love my kids though, so I guess I gotta do it for them. But nah, nigga, like nah. I always would do it for the kids. It's for the kids though.
So the lesson we're learning right now is very hard. So I'm gonna get the scripture first. It's Isaiah 4:1. In that day, so few men will be left that 7 women will fight for each man, saying, "Let us all marry you. We will provide our own food and clothing. Only let us take your name so we won't be mocked as old maids." And you know what? You're gonna have 6 or 7 bitches, and the only one that didn't take the chick is the one that's with you right now. But those other 6, they got the chick because she's taking care of you. They're just taking care of your kids. That's fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's fucked up, isn't it? Who's doing all this? Yahweh is doing it. It's not me. So we're just being trained, man. You better be a fucking man. That's what he's saying. And he's not saying, look what he did to his his son's son.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
I can just see it right now. If I was up there and I complain about all the shit I'm going through, he'd fucking smack me. He'd be like, Michael, go over there and beat this guy's ass. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. And really, we don't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We don't know. Like right now, I didn't know that all these women were gonna be with us, and I didn't know that the women were gonna. But it makes sense, right? If the woman fucks up, why are all these other women gonna be? Let's all marry you because you already know how to be born. You know how to survive. You kept your cool.
That's the main one. Cool.
Because who loses their cool? Women.
Yeah.
And how do they lose it? They don't even like to acknowledge it. They will create some sort of fantasy and focus on that instead of the reality. Like a bitch will lose her job and she'll be like, this is too stressful, I gotta focus on something else. And she starts paying. Next thing you know, she's paying for 3 months, but all these bills are piling up.
Yeah.
She just ignores it.
Yeah. Like yesterday, woman wanted to get some Starbucks, right? So later I took her and everything though. She got this eggnog flavor one, right? And she tasted it. She's like, oh, this is nasty. So I'm like, so what the fuck did you get? Oh, it's the people on Facebook were saying that it was good, this and that. Why the fuck are you listening to people on Facebook? Like, get the shit you like though. No, it's because people are saying it, but see, now you just wasted fucking money right there.
That's
You know
all
what
of
I'm
it.
saying? But because that's the thing though. It's always when I always tell her, I always check her though, and I always tell her like, oh, people, it's always I heard this and this. Okay, that's fine though. But who'd you hear it from? Do you know those fucking people? You know, it was the thing that just yesterday. What happened? Oh, it's the people on Facebook saying that this drink is good. Yeah, but to their liking though. But here you are tasting this shit. You don't even fucking like it. I even tasted it and that shit tastes nasty.
What you gonna do when 7 other women like it? And they're and you don't understand what's gonna happen. These women, if you don't agree with, if you don't want to share this man, they'll fucking kill you.
So you get right.
And they're
Get
not,
right.
and they're gonna look fantastic.
That's one thing though is when a woman knows the other woman looks better than her, you know, she steps up. That's when she wants to step up her game and shit. When she got competition.
And that's how these ladies are gonna learn their lesson. That's my woman too, man. She's always like doing shit that I don't like. And I'm always having to fucking tell her, why don't you do this way? And I could just tell her something. She's about to do it, and I'll tell her, don't do it this way, do it that way. And she'll do it however the fuck she wants. And I'll be like, why'd you do that?
Yeah.
You just messed everything up.
Yeah.
That's how fights look like. Okay? Now this is what's gonna happen to you. In that day, so few men will be left. And what does that mean? Okay, the men are getting away from being men. They don't want to take care of you. You see that person almost ran that? That's crazy. Why don't you just let him get out of the way?
Yeah, exactly. Well, he has that whole road to around. But because he was in his way, right? He did that stupid shit.
But that's what's gonna happen. These women are gonna be like, oh my god. And women are smart in a conniving way. We're gonna be looking at you and be like, okay, this girl doesn't treat him right. Step in, snatch him away. And the bad thing about it is that those women, the 7 women, they're gonna be, well, right now they're whores. Right now you don't even look at them. They don't even look at you. But they're gonna need you, and you're gonna use them.
Exactly.
That's unfortunate. But the most important thing is your survival.
Yeah.
And I didn't fucking make this plan up. Like I said, we're just getting little bits of information from heaven, from the house. That's fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you fucking women get mad when a man gets a girl that's, 18 or 19 or 20, right? Because why the fuck would you want to get a woman that's in her 30s and got like 100 bodies and shit, you get 19, but you're a creep though, right? You're fucking 40 something, you get a woman that's like 19, 20 though. Oh, you're a creep though because of such and such, But it's like, why would I get one that's my age though and got like different kids and shit. You know what I'm saying? And this doesn't make sense though. You know?
And women our age have a bad attitude.
Yeah, they expect
100% of the
more.
time.
They expect
more. Yeah.
yeah, like oh fuck bitch, like yeah. You know, and in the time of Jacob's trouble is you think come with I want to claim you. You got 4 kids though from different dads and shit though. But I got it's not bad enough though. You gotta go through Jacob's trouble. But you're gonna be a burden and your kids though. Like get the fuck out of here, you know?
It's not gonna be like we're not gonna take women with kids on it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying though? So you women, you better be at ease though. You gotta be though because it's gonna be you against the trouble that's coming though, and your 5 kids though, and no man. And you know a man is not gonna look at you like, oh, I'm gonna be seven. Ain't gonna be no Captain Save a Hose in that day.
They're gonna be Captain Save themselves.
Save themselves, yeah. Because they like you're gonna be a problem to them. And plus your 5 kids though, it's bad enough that he can't find food for himself though, but he has to find food for himself, you, and your 5 kids. You know that's just stupid though, man.
And it's gonna be very, very, very bad because why is there gonna be so few men? Well, because most men have buns,
Flip flops, like you
paint
said.
their nails. They're like victims. They don't know how to survive. They don't know how to kill something. Like
Yeah.
they'll be hungry and they'll be like eating grass. Oh, this will sustain. No, if I get hungry, I'm killing birds. I'm killing. If you have a cow, yeah, your cow's fucking dead. You're gonna come out here and tell me, hey man, where's my cow? You might get shot. It's not gonna be like we are right now. Everything's gonna change 100% dramatic in a dramatic fashion because right now, no fucking woman will share the man.
Oh no.
Something has to fucking happen real bad.
Yeah.
And
Real bad.
Yeah, when society collapses, water's gonna be turned off. Do you know how to filtrate water? The gas services is gonna be off. Let it be winter. Do you know how to start a fire?
Right now, yeah.
Do you know how to cook outside?
Take cold showers.
Do you know how to plant vegetables at the right season, at the right time?
You know, man. Man wants to get their hands dirty though. You know, I mean, you motherfuckers, man.
And the worst part about it is men are the fucking problem right now, right? You watch these videos and the bitches will be like, this man trying to open the door for me. How fucking ridiculous is that?
And then at the gym, they're saying that the men don't approach them no more and things like that. But when the men actually did look and approach them, they were fucking, they're too, what's they call it? Emasculated. They're aggressive and shit.
You're toxic. Your masculinity is toxic.
Yeah.
You're gonna want and crave something like that.
What they do, you know, deep down they do. They do and shit, you know what I mean? And that's the thing about it though, you know? Because that's like, oh, you guys, they don't like the attention, but they do. Like I seen this skit, right, with this guy was just like, you know, one of those, you know, comedy skits, whatever. A woman was passing by, and the guy was like, hey, what's up? You know, you're beautiful, and let me have your number. The girl was like, no, get away, right? So the second one was behind her, and the guy looked at her and ignored her. Nothing, you know, whatever. And then the second one got offended. She's like, you're not gonna try to hit me up though, get my number or nothing? He's like, no, like, why would I, you know? Well, you did it to her. Why you not doing it to me? Am I not pretty enough though? Oh, you know, this and that. So you see that type of how women think though and things like that though. It's just crazy though, man. So these women, it's like you gotta treat them like kids though. They're like kids, man. You know what I'm saying? Because in reality, it's when you get with the woman, it's you're like her daddy though. And that's the truth though. Because I experienced it. You know, I'm experienced like that. It is true. I was like, daddy and shit. You know, like I said just yesterday was like, why'd you get that fucking eggnog, man? Because people said it though. I'm over here, like I said, getting her in trouble like she's a little kid. Like, I caught myself like, damn, I'm getting in trouble like she's a fucking little kid, man. She's really hard, man. You know?
They don't see their behavior as bad.
They don't, because it's no accountability to the woman.
Isaiah 4:2. But in that day, the branch of the Lord, which is us, will be beautiful and glorious. The fruit of the land will be the pride and glory of all who survive in Israel. Key word is survive.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Isaiah 33:6, it says, And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Most High is his treasure. See? The fear. You motherfuckers don't got fear. And when the time gets crazy, the fact that we got this knowledge, though, is going to keep us cool. You know? Or will. Because we have this knowledge and understanding, though. So it's going to keep us cool in those crazy times, though, man. So when the woman, what the brother's saying, though, they're going to see, like, man, here's this fucking muscle man over here pissing himself and shit because of things are going on. But here you are, you know, like taking it as in whatever, being held in your cool composure. I'm gonna go with the guy that has, you know, got his shit together though. Then the motherfucking muscle head over there, that's all scared. But you see, this is the woman that chased these muscle heads though. But in the world, you know, damn well, before shit hit the fan, she'll be some muscle guy. And the guy that has his composure right, you know.
All muscle guys are gonna die first. You wanna know why? Because muscle is 80% water. Water's gonna go bad. Do you understand what you're doing? Do you understand how society is right now? Everything that you do is against the Most High. It's good to work out, but take breaks. Like I worked out 3 or 4 months, and then I stopped for 2 or 3 months, and it's a cycle.
Yeah, that is true though, because I was looking at it every day though, then I started tiring myself too much, you know? I needed like a 2 day rest at least. So I'm like, oh shit, you know, I need to rest my body though, you know? Which is true. Brother says it's true.
And these muscles and these muscles and bodybuilding muscles, they will fatigue when you have to do this and hold it. They will fatigue. Guarantee you. When you're holding a gun, because your muscles aren't built for that.
True. Yeah. That's true.
Israelites are lean, mean fighting machines, building everything.
This car, yeah. Fucking this car is strong as fuck, man, you know? But because they work all the time though.
Damn,
Always working.
My dad's fucking 70. He's farming.
Still farming.
Still farming. And I tell him, well, how many? And it was my fault for not being smart. And I said, how much land are you farming? And he told me in Spanish, and I thought it was like 2 acres. But it turns out it's like fucking 20. He's doing a whole fucking bunch.
20 acres, that's wild, though.
And he has to harvest it. And I said, how much are you gonna harvest? He said 60 tons.
60 times?
He's 70 years old.
And that's what's keeping him alive and keeping him going. That he's doing something though, you know? Keeping him doing something.
He's always outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's always doing something though. And being indoors and shit, just not doing shit, you know?
I remember my dad being like, if he gets hurt, he'd be like, still fucking working.
This
He'd fucking cut himself and be like, still fucking working.
yeah.
I remember him working on a car, cutting his fucking knuckles and beating his fucking Sena.
Just kept going, huh?
And I said, hey, you got some oil on your hand. Oh shit, that's fucking blood. Cigarette, beer. Fuck it. That's a fucking tough man. That's a tough dude. You know? And Yahweh Shai is very tough. You know?
Just look how he looks right here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how he looks right here. He's coming like that, like as in not literal, but he's coming with that fierce. You know what I mean? He's coming with that fierceness, though. You know, he's gonna come in that fathership, though, and he's coming like to kill, man, to save, also to kill. You know, to save and to kill, though, man. So he ain't coming all nice and things like that with open arms, though, looking at Caucasian, though.
I don't understand why these people say he's all love. They don't read the Bible.
Yeah, they just put out and read the Bible.
See, we hijacked his brother's lesson, but
Good for the spirit.
he's the one that motivated us. His precepts motivated us to talk about whatever we're talking about. You know, and then we talk, and then more precepts keep being brought up that have to do with the subject of what we're talking about. Like Matthew 10 and 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword.
Destruction. Yeah, destruction, though. No, I was gonna say because the apostles had to sit down, right? And it was like 4 hours long, right? 4 hours. But I remember the Apostle Howard was gonna shut it down, like I think almost at 2 hours though. He's like, after that, shut it down, right? And nah, it still continued all the way to 4 hours though. So it's the same thing with the apostles. Like they talk about the subject though, and it leads to something else though. But it's all edifying throughout the whole camp. And it's in the same thing with any other brothers too. You know what I mean? We see other brothers go talk about a specific subject, though, and jump into another thing. But it always goes back to like what we're talking about though.
And the more we're out here, the better it is for all of you, because everybody's slowing down. They're not looking at, oh, what are you doing? They're looking at the garments.
Yeah,
They're like, oh shit, we have those at home.
like there's be some connection or something.
There must be some connection.
Some connection. Like, oh, they got ponchos. They want to say ponchos.
Hey man, why are you wearing it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is what our ancestors wore. Really? Because that's what I wear. See what's going on?
We'll see. What are you from? Right? Point at the sign.
Oh,
What
that's
are you?
me right there.
Oh, I'm Mexican.
I remember the
tribe.
first thing when they were breaking down the tribes, I was like, where's the Mexicans? Where's the Mexicans? And I was like, Ishikar. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing.
Just imagine some white man uh, getting promoted to be president of a company. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm one of these people? I'm one of God's people? Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is, though. You come in the truth, but you find out, you're like, oh, damn, man. Like I'm one of these people right here. It's a beautiful thing, though. And that's also prophecy, though, too. This is prophecy. We're literally living in prophecy, though. What's going on in the book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, though. So it's not like we're making things up, though, and things like that. Because there's like, why couldn't these small hats or these Christians, why can't they break down each tribe, though? Now they can't. They
They
can't.
don't want.
Yeah, and in Deuteronomy, I believe the 33rd chapter, it talks about when Moses telling them, like, in the future, like, pretty much these are going to be the characteristics pretty much for each tribe, though, without him saying that, though, but he pretty much put it out there like that. So it just makes sense, though. You know what I'm saying, though? Like how we were saying earlier, you gotta know the whole book, though. You gotta know the whole book, though, to come out here and teach it, though, boldly, though. Because they tell you about, so why is Judah the so-called Negroes? Break it down. Why is Gad the North American Indians? Break it down. We get into the scripture, we get the prophecies and why and this and that, though. You know what I'm saying, though? So it's just the thing for each tribe. And then to top it out, then we say about the speckled birds, though. The Israelite foreigners that may look like these different nations, though, but they really come back to Jacob, Israel. You know what I'm saying, though? So that's the beautiful thing. And then, like I said, I think Great Millstone's the only one that teaches about the speckled bird more than these other Israelite camps.
The other Israelite camps are only like Native Americans, Latinos, and only Israelites.
But they don't get into the speckled bird, man. These other ones, they may look like this stuff, but they're actually Israelites. And it's only Great Millstone. Literally, Great Millstone that breaks down the whole Bible. It has 100% truth, though.
And there's white people that have the same chart, but with white people on it.
Yeah.
And they all attribute those characteristics to the Bible.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's so crazy. Like, you know Issachar's Mexicans because if you go to Deuteronomy 33,
yeah,
like brother said, Moses will give you the characteristics, but Moses didn't know the characteristics. He had to go up to the mountain and talk to Yahweh,
yeah.
and Yahweh told him.
I have 1442. Yeah, because I'll get that. I think I believe in the beginning of that chapter, it talks about I think that talks about in the future.
So just imagine you build the world, and that world tries to forget about you. But the Lord knows that's going to happen. So he tells them, oh, look, these characteristics are never going to go away. Right? It's like breeding. Like you breed a animal because of that past the parents want that characteristic. Like for that car, that Charger. It didn't always used to look like that. The Charger never had 4 doors in the 60s and 70s. It had 2 doors. Those are 2-door sedan, sports. that car and be like, oh, that's it. I want that. So just the same way, the characteristics of these Israelites, they're envy, right? Like, what's the deal with Judah? Well, Judah's like a roaring lion. Who will rouse him up? And what does that mean? You're afraid of lions, right? You won't come up to a lion and pet it because it's a fucking massive piece of muscle, right? It really doesn't start shit. It just fucking kicks you.
Yeah.
That's Judah.
Yeah.
Judah just fucking kicks you. He doesn't start shit. But he's big as fuck and you don't want to fuck with him.
Exactly. Like it was that, I think we were in Avenal, it was the IUIC, I think that brother.
Yeah,
But he was cool with us, you know, but he was a big brother. He was tall and big, man.
And
You
he
know?
showed a lot of love to us.
Yeah, his wife was Issachar. You know what I mean?
And that's the problem. There's not enough love in between these fucking tribes. But it's coming.
And that's what Esau's scared of.
Now, the one that you have to watch out for is Levi. Those Haitians and their voodoo.
Slacky, I was talking about Genesis 49 because
Moses?
yeah, with
Characteristics?
yeah, because it says I'll get it real quick. Genesis 49 and 1, it says Jacob called into his sons. It was Jacob actually, it wasn't Moses. Well, it's still the same person, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's still the same person. It says Jacob called into his sons and said, gather yourself together that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. So letting you know, pretty much though, like, you know, this which, you know, in the last, he said in the last days, you know? So that's what I was getting at too, you
And
know?
that is very important because that's what's going to happen. It's another prophecy.
Because that was prophecy right there, you know?
So I got Matthew 10 and 32. Whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. That's why you got to do what you got to do. Come out here and preach the truth. And in those 7 ditches, they'll be like, amen.
Yeah. Because you know that the Sabbath, it doesn't have to be specifically Sabbath, but it just goes into completion. There you go.
Might be 20.
Might be 20, but it just because that number represents completion, you know, because 10% is perfect, you know, and then 7% is completion. So it might be 7, it could be like his brother said, it could be 20, but it's completion to your needs though and satisfaction though, you know. It could either be 3. You probably just need 3 at that moment, you know, or 4 or 5.
Right.
It don't have to be specifically 7 though. It just goes into completion though.
And if the question is, what woman in her right mind will share a man? Well, what women are hypergamous. They'll see a good situation somewhere else and try to be up in that life. Which means they'll leave a man for a man that they think is better. That's why those 7 women are gonna have to chick. Maybe. I don't know. But if it's true, we'll see it happen.
It's like I was the pastor's app though. Talk about Genesis 49:1 because you know how I said it breaks down. It says in this it's Genesis 49:1. It says in this chapter Jacob is speaking as a prophet. In verse 28, these predictions are called blessings or curses spoken by inspiration of God. Were actually prophecies of the future. You see,
Right now.
futuristics right now. Yeah. So this is the only book that actually has real prophecies bound to happen, or it's happening, or it's gonna happen. You know, and so that Isaiah 4:1, this brother speaking, that's coming into pass though. You know, that's not gonna happen in the kingdom. That's gonna happen on this side though.
Yeah.
You know,
And I can see it now.
Yeah, I can see it too. Because the women are gonna be in need though. They're gonna need a stable man in that time though. I mean, hey, this woman I could use her for this. I could use this other woman for that. Why not?
Why the fuck not?
Why not? You know, at that time it's gonna be so what? Ain't nobody like you think. Oh, how does my mother-in-law gonna feel that I have 4 or 5 wives though? I give a shit. At that time, who gives a fuck? You know?
That scripture explains it pretty much. In that day, there's gonna be so few men.
Yeah, which the men that are actually in the right mind though, you know, that have the word of Yahweh Shema Shai, that fear him.
Because if you're a man right now, your body, know you have to eat a lot. There's no fucking way you're gonna
How you can
maintain that
Yeah.
diet every fucking
Yep.
day. Like you see the world's strongest men, they go and get cheeseburgers. They'll be like, I want 20 cheeseburgers.
They're not gonna be able to do that. You know, they're not gonna be able to do that though.
If I see you with the fucking 20 cheeseburgers, I'm killing you, and I'm taking 19 of those cheeseburgers because I'm gonna eat that 20th cheeseburger over your dead body. I'm telling you, man. And I'm not talking shit, man. I'm telling you what I've experienced. Like I was a grappling instructor for the martial art, the complete martial arts center, and there were big dudes that were CEOs, tops, and they would come in and they would try to take me down, and then at the end I would hurt their arm, or I would hurt their neck, or I would hurt something, and then they all eventually learned, and then I'd be like, don't you guys want to attack me? And they'll be like, no, I gotta go work tomorrow. Why did they say that? I gotta go because I fucking hurt them.
Yeah, fuck them up.
And now the things that are happening are making me so wary and careful that I've been going to the shooting range, practicing my grip on my gun, my shooting, my loading, my unloading, troubleshooting the gun. I got a knife. I got a fucking survival knife. I can start a fire with a fire kit. I don't need matches. I'm working on my survival skills.
Yeah, because that's where it's gonna lead to, though, man. You're gonna need survival skills at all times, though. The same invest though, like I tell you, like like your money at that time is not gonna save you though. It's not gonna save you. It's the skills, of course, the fear of you hop on Shima Shai first, but then it's the skills.
So this is what I think should be at your house: a slingshot, because you can turn anything into a weapon. You can turn rocks into a weapon. And if you didn't play with the slingshot when you were a kid, you're gonna have to relearn or learn how to use a slingshot. You're gonna have to have a pocket knife. You're gonna have to have a fishing rod. You're gonna have to have a survival knife. You're gonna have to have a digging tool. You're gonna have to have a first aid kit. And you're gonna have to be fucking tough more than anything else.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn, that's fucked up. Not really, but why would God want to save a pussy? Yeah, right?
I don't see that. I don't see that. How? Why?
Dude, man, it's like our ancestors were fucking violent. Look at Gideon.
Joshua too.
Joshua.
Caleb.
Moses.
Yep. And he was, the most meek person on the earth, at that time.
Who turned him into that?
He killed that Egyptian, and then what our people do? Oh, you gonna kill him? What, you gonna kill us? Talking shit, you motherfuckers,
But like I said, that's a good point. Like I said, just imagine I'm the one over here with a fucking bodybuilder like this, holding him up like this. Get out of here! I'm gonna take your canned foods. Like you don't act like that. I know you don't act like that. But one day you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Hell yeah.
And you don't have to be big. You don't have to be big. That's why there's spiritual power, right? Spiritual abilities.
I mean, what it goes with even with King David though, David though,
too small.
he was small. His brothers were bigger, bigger than him though.
And people say, man, history is the one thing people don't want to get into. People will like the conquest of Spain or the conquest of the Americas by Spaniards. Oh man, they were just better equipped and blah blah blah. Yes, they were better equipped. But if you take a helmet from one of those conquistadors, it's fucking small. It's like this fucking big. And you take a look at our people, the Aztec people, their fucking heads are big.
Well, that movie came out actually on HBO, the Batman Azteca.
Oh, I love that one. That one's a good one.
Yeah, he fucking. I mean,
they were not the same size, motherfuckers.
No, he was like, you know what I mean, like how he got creative with it, you know what I mean, and it's because if it wasn't for their fucking, the rifles and everything that took over, but he was still in that movie, he's like he just got into the spiritual realm though, and he was going through all that though.
That's a good fucking movie. I watched that last night and I fell asleep to it.
Batman Azteca, yeah, and it goes to show,
these motherfuckers are this fucking big, little tiny hands, and the reason I know is because watch Dance with Wolves, and they'll bring out a helmet, and they'll be like, "What's this small thing?" That was the people's.
Oh, okay, yeah. No shit.
Yeah.
Because that was with Gad, right? That movie?
Mhm.
With Gad, huh? Yeah.
A little fucking, these fucking big, little tiny wings, big fucking weapons. It's their fucking blessing, man.
And that's the sword, yeah, is a blessing, though, you know? And it was prophecy, too. It was prophesied that this devil was going to do that to our people, you know? And we understand it, though, you know what I mean? Because the thing is, though, it was prophecy. They had to take over the world, you know what I'm saying, though? They had to deceive the people, you know what I'm saying, though? Our people going off, though, you know what I'm saying, though? From the Aztecs to, you know, the Mayans to Gad, you know what I'm saying? Our people were going off, though, even with the Byzantine times, though, because there was that whole, you know what I'm saying? Our people were going off, though. They were actually all that time, though, you know? And then they gave them, you know, our people over here on this side of when they were it's Americas, right? They were going off for a while, man. They're different gods, you know, and things like that. So it was just like that time for like, all right, you know what? Put an end to this shit. Esau, the sword, my sword, go there, handle that.
And that's exactly the truth because
You know?
Esau is the cleanup guy.
Yeah.
He's the enforcer.
And that's exactly what happened, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. You know, we see our people died and stuff and things like that, but we understand why, though. You know.
Mhm.
But the thing is, though, is we still have compassion for our people, though. You know. But at the same time, it was like went off as a tribe, as a nation, though. You know. So we understand that you had to go through all that, though. But even that went through all that, though, we understand too as like we're also a tough people, man. We're tough people. In that movie, Aztec, you know, the Batman Azteca, he in the beginning he was pussy, you know, he was scared. They killed his father right in front of him though, and he was just like, oh shit, you know, this like that though. But he wasn't built up to fight against them because it was this you know, the guns and all that. Yeah, and he ran away though, and he started training though. So when they came back though, they don't even know who he was though, you know. So you can see here how he looks different throughout the movie, you know. Yeah, he becoming a warrior though, you know.
That's all God.
Yeah. At the end, he was able to kick their ass though. But well, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, know.
I've
But
seen it. He got his ass.
yeah.
That
So
bitch had to say.
yeah. The Catwoman, yeah. So, but there's just things like that though, you know, and that's just another with our nation though, man. Get our ass kicked though.
And that goes to show you the first encounter between our people and their people. They're like, who the fuck is this? They didn't even take it seriously because they were so fucking small.
Yeah. They didn't take him as a threat.
One of the first things written by the conquistadors is these people are well fed. These people are not sick.
Yeah.
Just imagine that. And then you will understand why they didn't take threat. Why these motherfuckers are small.
Yeah, they didn't see him nothing of it, but then it's Esau with his, you know, and his plan up his sleeve though, you know. And that's the thing. You know what I'm saying though? Because was it the blankets though with the chicken pox?
Smallpox.
Yeah, smallpox that killed. They use biological warfare with our people, man.
Yeah. Because smallpox will stay on things on the surface. What happened? Oh, you need some money? I got some money for you. I got $1. Here you go, pal.
Here you go.
Man, stay blessed, man. Hey, you know you're an Israelite over here?
No.
You what? You're Mexican?
Yeah.
You're from the tribe of Issachar.
Mexican?
Yeah.
One of God's chosen, people though, man. You know what I mean? Because you're from this tribe though, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
You see how we're wearing these? You know what this is, right?
Ponchos.
There you go.
There you go.
Stay blessed, bro.
Take it easy, bro.
You see, I didn't plan to. Oh man, we wear these a little bit more. Hey, that's whatever, man.
Yeah.
And then look at he came up with that sunflower plant.
Yeah, you see that? Yeah.
That's symbolic. You know.
But he knew what this was. Poncho.
And he felt comfortable.
Yeah.
You wouldn't come up to a like if the KKK was out here preaching, what would they be preaching?
There's supremacy though.
Supremacy, right?
Yeah. There's supremacy.
So, you know, Yahweh had to do something to us really fucked up. We've let the littlest fucking devil fuck us up.
Yeah, imagine we were to see those fucking conquistadors and all them. Like, be like, what the fuck? These niggas are hella small.
But you have to be thankful that that did happen, because if it didn't happen, we wouldn't be here breaking these things down. We would never know the mysteries.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because we would have been going off, and then we would have still been calling each other. You know, what we did back in the day. You know.
That's foul to say I'm gonna join the devil so I can get back at this motherfucker.
Yeah.
And another thing, we should start closing up, but we're already rounding up 2 hours, and it wasn't, and it's not like we planned it. Usually we keep it short. I remember in the beginning we had trouble making it past 30 minutes because of what you know, right? Because of what you know. Now we're at 2 hours exactly. You know, it's a team effort. You know, but the thing is, you know, the tribes, there's a lot of them, but the Lord said we don't need all of them. Just need the elect, right?
The elect, yeah. Well, I mean, 2/3 are gonna die though, regardless. Though, you know, and it's the same thing what they say. We don't need our women either, though. We could make our nation back again with these heathen women, though. You know,
I just can't believe that you would say that being with a white woman is.
It's the mark of the beast.
Well, white women are so beautiful, man. They're pretty.
They actually know how. They know how to like.
They know how to treat you better.
Yeah, they treat you like better though. You know, they don't give you trauma.
And secretly, they already want to get with you, but they'll fuck themselves up. Like I was working at. I'm gonna say now. I was working at Bevmo, and I was talking to a young girl named Kylie. She was white, and I thought she was older. She was only 22. And I was like, whoa. I kind of got embarrassed because my daughter's 23. I was like, huh? But she was digging me. And you know how I know that she was digging me? Because I waved at her, and she waved right back. Instinctively. Do that to it. Do that to your wife. She won't wave back at you. She'll be like, what the fuck is this guy doing?
What are you doing? Yeah.
When people are happy to see you, they don't think about what am I doing.
Yeah.
Like, you remember going over during Christmas to your favorite cousin's house? You wouldn't even shake that dude's hand. You'd be like, let's go outside and play, bro.
Yeah, I already want to. Yeah.
Let's go hit the streets.
He was on the same accord as you, though, already, though, you know? We already know what we're going to do, you know?
We already know what we're going to get some quarters, go to the fucking arcade, get some fucking chips, get some sodas, come back, eat, and watch TV.
Yeah.
And that was fun. Imagine that, having fun.
Yeah.
But now it's like the world is coming to a close, so that you open up a new chapter. And that new chapter is for the Israelites.
Yeah, because it's talking in scriptures. The elect's sake, so, you know? Tell me, the elect's sake, because if not, if this devil continues, we'll be all extinct.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth, though. We would be extinct, though. For the air, I mean, like, Carrie's like, for the air, man. Like, I took a picture of the chemtrails on one day, and it was just.
It was all over.
Yeah, I'll show you, brothers, though. But it was.
I can't remember the day.
Yeah, it was just like, what the fuck, man? So this devil was killing us with the water.
You look way over there, and there was all of them. You look way over there, and there was all kinds of fucking lines in the sky.
Yeah. That probably was that same day that when I took that picture, you know?
You know, and another thing that we have to say is, it's not up to you what happens. You know, just go every day, be yourself every day, because you can't control your fate. And I would call it fate because every day is a different fucking thing for us.
Look at this, how fucked up that shit is. Yeah. How fucked up that shit is, you know? So this devil's just killing us, man.
And then they got satellites in orbit.
The radiation off the fucking, like the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth has a
That
frequency.
virus getting off radiation.
Yeah. All this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? All this shit, man. Radiation, people are getting more cancer. Now, young people under 40, I believe, are getting colon cancer and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Fucked up because of what you eat.
Yeah.
So diet is important. See, everything is important.
So it's just like people, you know, dropping dead, motherfuckers in their 20s or playing soccer or some shit, and they just
Disappearing,
yeah,
crashing.
saying though? These athletes are just dropping dead too. They're in their 20s.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
And
how?
then the dude that created Call of Duty.
Oh yeah, I seen that video. You seen that video?
Yeah, he died in his 50s. But he was revealing too fucking much.
Oh, that's what's going on?
Hey, have you played Call of Duty?
Oh yeah, because all that, yeah.
All that shit is true.
Yeah.
Those things are based on
Realistic shit, yeah.
things.
Yeah. That is true, because someone was bringing that out, you know, that he was like bringing out too much information, which all you play those games and it was like, oh shit, but it's
true.
real shit, you know?
Yeah. And then he's dead.
Yeah, because I seen the video. He was in his Ferrari or Lambo. He came out of a tunnel fast, and then all of a sudden,
How do you do that, man?
literally, they was just like, they're recording him, and it was like a tunnel. He just drove out like that. Let's say down the street, and he just crashed into something. Like, what the fuck was that?
What they recorded him? That's suspicious.
Yeah, they were just recording him.
How the
It's
fuck
like
did
if
you catch
they
those-
knew.
How did you catch those moments? They know.
Yeah.
You will never see me fucking in a Ferrari drive recklessly. If I have a Ferrari, I'm driving carefully.
Yeah, because the power of they got a lot of power.
Hey, you know what? Let's talk about power, because the power behind the car, my little Sonata right there. If I put it on sports mode, woo, it is fucking. It's full of juice. 300 horsepower. It was the max for a car in the 70s. You said my car has 300 horsepower. Everybody respected you. Now people are saying I got 1,000 horsepower elephant engine,
Yeah.
Hennessy engine.
And
Fucking death trap is what it is.
yeah, you got all that though, but like, I mean, do you really need it? That's the thing. Do you fucking need that much horsepower?
But the thing is, they have to create that horsepower because of jets. Remember, the P-151 Mustang. It was like a car engine, super. That's where they started all this fucking technology about getting your shit faster. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know, man.
No, that guy was going
pulling
back,
out.
and then he was just like, "What the fuck?"
People are impatient.
Yeah, you see,
You see all that craziness?
that truck though, you know.
People don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah,
And it's guys like those that are gonna die first.
yeah. Because all he died doing in the car was just backing up and park. This guy just didn't stop; he just kept going. Just
Like,
he made his way just to get close enough to that car and just honk at him and keep pushing. Like, why? Yeah.
I would have stopped and let that motherfucker do his thing.
Yeah, exactly though. And it was like literally 2 seconds. It just took him or less. Just back up in there.
And the love of people was waxing cold.
Yeah.
You know, there was a person with a fucking pop tire in my neighborhood. That bitch didn't have the tools. She left the tire outside, and nobody stopped.
Not even for a girl, then, huh?
Fuck no, ain't nobody gonna stop for no fucking body anymore.
And especially in those times though coming into. I don't know. You gonna stop that, you know?
But that's how it is right now. Nobody's gonna fucking stop to help you. So it is important for you to become self-dependent.
Yeah.
Like if you have free time, learn how to start a fire. You know, there's a lot of ways to start a fire, and there's ways to keep the fire going. And then you're gonna have to learn how to build a shelter, and then learn how to do all kinds of things. You might not need it,
But it's still, you know,
but it's useful.
useful though, you know. Especially like, you know, he's not doing anything. Do something prosperous though, you know. Learn a new trade, new skill. Yeah.
You know how you tell if your kids are Israelites? Take them to the beach. What's the first thing they do? They start digging for it.
Yeah.
And then they put wood around it. And then the next thing you know, that holds something in their imagination. Oh, that's our fucking something.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out how shit works.
Yeah.
I took my kids to the beach and they were already older and they built a fort.
Yeah, fort. Yeah.
Shelter.
Yeah.
Like, that's how you know they're gonna be okay. But if you take your kids to a place and they're like on their fucking phone, ignoring the beauty of what's out there, that's a dangerous way to think.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm pretty satisfied with the plan. You know, teach your kids that they're Israelites, and teach them the Bible, because You don't want them looking at you like you don't know what you're doing. They depend on you to know what you're doing. Like they're secretly learning from you. They're learning how you deal with trouble. They're learning how you deal with necessity, with putting people, prioritizing people, who you prioritize. Hey, kids are the fucking smartest thing in the world, but especially our kids. These Israelite kids, they're fucking learning. They're learning.
It's just in us to do so, you know.
It's just in us to build and fucking do shit. Like do incredible shit.
Yeah, yeah. We're the true X-Men, though, man. We're the true X-Men, which that was based on the time of the, you know, the segregation time, though. You know, the mutants represent the Judah. You know how they were treated though differently though. You know what I mean? That guy Stan Lee, Stan Lee took that stab. You know what I mean?
Everything is based upon the Bible.
Yeah. Talks about the powers the forefathers had back then though. Powers that we're gonna get. You know, the electo and things like that, man. So you know what I mean? Like the powers though, man. The powers though that's about to come.
So you have you beware of the mark of the beast. You have to suffer. Try to learn some new skills that don't depend on technology. Get back to nature.
So all those topics covered.
Yep. We covered all those topics.
Yeah. Because the mark of the beast though, yeah, you know, talk about it long time, things like that. But like how I see it though, that's like the milk part, man. That's not even like hard to break down, you know?
That's a whole meal.
That's like it's not like you know, you need like 3 hours, you know what I'm saying, though? Because all the information is literally there, you know? And then in the next chapter it talks about if you take it though, you're gonna be burned in the lake of fire, which is, you know, the America, you know, ICBM missiles, you're gonna be in that fire, which is missiles, and the angels, they're gonna get busy too, though. They're gonna create that fire, though, you know. So
I gotta admit, man, we're a pretty solid team. That was like a year's worth of preaching in a regular church.
Yeah. Like they would have to break down, explain or something, though, you know.
That was like fucking Einstein shit, man. You don't understand.
Yeah, and that's the truth, though, you know. That's the truth, though. So like, regardless, like I said, though, you know, come out here diligently, though, you know. And that's why yesterday, like I said, when you know, like when that Apostle Tahar did that order, which I understand though, you know, either you're in or you're out, you know. But like I said, when we come down to it though, there's no that we know of, there's no great millstone close to us. Like brother says, it's like 3 or 4 hours away.
4 hours.
You know what I'm saying though? And the thing about it though is that, you know, we just come out here teaching them, you know. That's the only thing we can do, just come out and teach though. And I said in the video too. Yeah. And I said in the video, it's like, if someone wants to place one of these brothers with GMS, I said, I'll be so happy to see brother. Hey, brother, like, now you got GMS in your chat, you know? In your title, though.
Yeah. Somebody was telling me, not anybody, in my head, they were telling me in my head, maybe you should go to San Francisco. And how it happened is the brother, Caleb, he went to San Francisco and he sent me a message saying, where are these brothers at? And I was thinking about it. Maybe I should go up there and, like, let them know.
Yeah.
But then I thought about my personality. My personality, I don't like to be told what to do. And it's not because I'm proud of it or anything. It's because I just don't fucking like it. You know? Who man likes to be told what to do? No fucking like it. And I'm suspicious of every fucking body. Everybody's fucking something.
Also like it, but didn't before he came in doing camp though, wasn't a brother from GMS in LA told you should go out there, right?
Yeah.
Right? Was it a GMS brother?
Yeah, it was the water, David, from the Spanish camp.
Spanish camp, right? He's the one that pretty much told you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even at that, I mean, that was still like that's still like an order for him to go like, hey, bro, you know, like.
And I told him I really can't. You know, you're like 4 hours away.
Yeah.
And they understood. I mean, it's not like I really can't drop everything and go. You know,
because that's it's not even like that's a trip worth a day. You know what I'm saying?
That's half a day of driving.
Go there and
it's a whole fucking day actually if you think about driving back and forth.
Yeah.
I would have to. stay with someone at least for one night so I can get rest.
Go back the next day.
Mhm.
And then doing it 4 times out of the month though. Not just that one time out of the month though.
That'd be 52 times a fucking year.
So that's the thing. It's not that now I want to though, but the thing about it though is, you know, it just we can't do it at times though. You know, 3-4 hours. That's a long drive. You know.
Yeah, and this place needs us.
And then I was gonna say that. I was gonna say, and then if there's no, because we don't see other camps out here like camping like how we do, not boosting ourselves though. But I'm saying like, what other camps do you see that is really out there pushing the word like that? You know, from what I see though is, you know, what I'm saying is us just out there doing the work, man, that we know of. You know,
Mhm.
and make it, like his brother said, this place does need us though, and it does probably, and it does though. You know what I'm saying though?
Does.
It does though because we're the only ones out here doing it, and maybe it's for that specific reason why though. You know?
It's rich with Israelites. Full
Yeah.
of fucking Israelites.
Yeah,
Full
'cause-
of wickedness too.
yeah, out here definitely though. I mean, like I said, you see what's everything was going on and shit. You know, around. Every time I wake up though, I see something happen with a person or
Someone fucking died.
died and shit though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, it's a lot of judgment going around this area. You know, not just like my town, like different areas in Fresno County. All here is Fresno County. Someone crashed and shit. You know, by near Fresno or some shit. You know, always things like that. You know, so it's a lot of judgment going on though, and maybe this the elect could be out here. You know.
Probably not.
You know, you just never know. You know, that's the thing though. And that's the thing about it though, that maybe that's the reason why we're here though. You know, and like I said, they're called diligent soldiers out there in Boston. They don't got GMS on their title though, but I've been watching those brothers since I came into the truth though, and then they're still teaching the word though. You know, and their brothers remind me of us though. They don't got GMS though, like in their title though, but they're out there teaching though. You know, still.
Mm-hmm.
So
You want to close it up?
Yeah, so with that, we hope it's edifying. We want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Gosh, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone camp, teaching us the truth of the Bible, peace and blessings to the hopeful elect scattered around the world.